We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
I'm former Major League pitcher Andy Pettit. I teamed up with Tunnel to Towers after seeing their life-changing work with military and first responder families. Now we're expanding our mission to help veterans struggling with homelessness. We want to help them rebuild their lives not only by giving them a home, but by providing the services they need. Please join me in donating at t2t.org.
My name is Wally Joyner. I was a first baseman for the Angels, Padres, Royals, and Braves. I give the Tunnel to Towers because of what they provide for the veterans, the military, the first responders, the police, the firemen who go out and put their lives in danger for our freedoms. I think it's an incredible charity, an incredible foundation. Their goals of helping the families that protect us. I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. The foundation is committed to delivering mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responder families with young children. Never forget.
Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse. The Los Alamitos early and late pick fours with outstanding pools and big payouts. Here are some of our recent pools. The pool is over $214,000 on June 23rd and over $240,000 on May 26th. And the late pick four often has pools of over $150,000. And remember, a $10,000 pick six promo on Sundays. Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos, Saturday and Sunday nights.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. Alrighty, time to get started with this almost Friday, Thursday, Race Day Las Vegas radio program. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at our studio station at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex, right on the Las Vegas Boulevard here in your gaming capital, the South Point Studios streaming network at YouTube. We welcome you to the show, and of course, we welcome all of our listeners and all of the others who view and listen to us in many different platforms. Every morning we do this because there are new listeners, there are new viewers every day, and we want to make sure we welcome you to the show. So that means that Anybody who's joining us for the first time at YouTube, welcome. And of course, our local radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. By the way, our local radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM, will be broadcasting all of the USC college football games this year and the Rams NFL games this year here in town. And of course, our websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas.world, .global, iPhone, Android. We got that covered with the apps, the KSHP app so you can hear us, and the YouTube app that you can hear and see us. And of course, anywhere you get your podcasting as well. We welcome you to the show, however, wherever, whenever. Welcome to the Race Day Show, especially those of you that may be joining us for the first time. Want to remind everybody out there that you can join us on the chat here on our show. Good, bad, or ugly. You could talk about us. You can, criticize us, whatever you want. You can offer some horses, etc. Anything that you want to chat about with others who are listening and watching the show. And how you do that is simple. You go to YouTube. You go to South Point Studios, and you click the Race Day Las Vegas show so you can start watching and listening to us. And then you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit subscribe. If you haven't already, subscription is free. It's no big deal. Just hit subscribe so we got you out there so you can get into the chat room, and then you can chat. Yesterday, we had some of our chatters giving out some horses, and once in a while, we like to go and do that, and I'm glad we did that yesterday because a person with the handle of Mr. Guitar 2010 gave us, and I gave it out on the show of his pick, winner of the 8th race at Saratoga, Destiny Star, bet down from 10 to 1. That horse paid $11.60. So congratulations to one of our chatters out there for that win. Anyhow, get on and chat, and we'll go back and forth. And once in a while, if we have an opportunity and a chance and time, we'll certainly go to our chat and recognize if you want to ask a question or whatever on that as well. All right, so we begin this Almost Friday, Thursday show by looking at the weather here in Las Vegas. 81 degrees right now outside. Little breeze, too. It was really comfortable and nice out this morning. We're going to get up to 108, which is the typical range of temperatures at this time of the year in August in Las Vegas, but still reminding you always to stay hydrated anyhow. You got to stay hydrated. 108 will be today, and this will be the range of temperatures throughout the weekend here in Las Vegas in case you just want to pack bags and come on up here and enjoy the weekend with us. That's going to be the weather. As far as around the country, really, there's no action to speak of except for a lot of rain that's going on in parts of the northeast Minnesota, throughout parts of Wisconsin, Illinois, and Indiana. There's a front going through there with some rain, but otherwise it looks pretty good, pretty clear for the rest of the country as far as the horse racing is concerned and the weather to horse racing out there. So we're in good shape with that. As far as the temperatures, Miami's 91, New York 89, Chicago 76. I got El Paso is 102. Phoenix, Arizona is the high one again, 110 there. And, of course, we'll have 108 here. And in L.A. in the Southern California area, 88 degrees. So it's going to be a nice day again at the beach at Del Mar. All righty. Del Mar is going to be changing their post time, so we'll get a little bit on that with John Lindo, who returns today. He says he's feeling well enough to come back, and he had a little bit of a setback under the weather a couple of days, but John Lindo will be back with us today. And so we'll discuss the new post times coming up because, as you know, we have gone through the longest day of the year back in June, and now each and every day gets shorter and shorter as we get to, of course, the fall and the winter. And so the post times for Del Mar, since they don't have any lights there, and they're dependent totally on daylight time, that Del Mar, especially on Friday, they had a 4 o'clock post time, as you know, but the days are getting shorter. So their first post time, I believe, will start tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I'm not sure about that, but we'll find out. But they're going to go to 3 o'clock. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's going to be at 1:30 from 2 o'clock. However, it is 2 o'clock today, but it's going to change to 1:30, and we'll ask John when that will happen at Del Mar. Kings Barnes, who won the Stephen Foster, the $1 million Stephen Foster at Churchill Downs in his last start, was one of the key horses, top horses for the Breeders' Cup Classic, has been retired. He suffered an injury in training, and so the Stephen Foster winner, Kings Barnes, off now of the Breeders' Cup Classic probables, and he has been retired with earnings of over $1.5 million. He had 9 starts in his career, 6 wins and 2 seconds out of those 9 starts. Kingsbarn's biggest and best win came in his final race of his racing career, and that, of course, in the Stephen Foster. We're going to take a look at the fields in the Del Mar Oaks and the Phil Island. The Phil Island only got a half dozen horses. Del Mar Oaks did a little better. They got 8 fillies going in that. But I got to tell you about this record. Kathleen O'Connell, trainer Kathleen O'Connell, who, by the way, is 72 years old, won her career 2,500 victory yesterday at Saratoga. Okay? 2,500 wins by this lady trainer, Kathleen O'Connell. It happened in the 3rd race. It was a big upset, too, at Saratoga. 30 Thou Clevin paid $53.50 to win, and giving her that milestone of 2,500 career wins. She is, at the moment, the all-time winningest female trainer in history. But Linda Rice, who's still, of course, very active, although not doing as well as a lot of people thought maybe at Saratoga, but she is active and she's got runners. Linda Rice is sitting right now going into today with 2,486 wins. So Miss O'Connell, I know that it's a big win at yesterday at Saratoga, but she will enjoy at least that plateau for at least a couple of days, if not a week or so, before Linda Rice will certainly pass her. She's only 14 victories away, but congratulations to trainer Kathleen O'Connell. She reached another milestone in her. She is really mostly underrated, but she's a great trainer, and I'm glad to see that victory there for Kathleen O'Connell yesterday at Saratoga. Todd Pletcher's Mentee. This is a horse that really had a jaw-dropping win earlier. I believe it was at the Saratoga Belmont Festival meet. In any case, the horse had a little bit of a setback, but Todd Pletcher still thinks he might make the Hopeful Stakes on the 2nd of September. So I'm kind of excited to see that horse come back, who had a minor setback and hasn't run since, but Mentee might very well make the Hopeful on September 2nd at Saratoga. As far as yesterday at Saratoga, well, the Steeplechase Stakes race was won by Jimmy P., who just destroyed that field. Paid $14 even for Kerry Brian and Mr. Mulliqueen, who was the rider there. Jimmy P. wins the big Steeplechase, the hurdle race yesterday at Saratoga. It was a Grade 1, the Jonathan Shepard Stakes there. Brad Cox started off with the first flat winner, and Manny Franco aboard in Midtown Lights paying $4.20. They had that 3rd race winner with O'Connell's record 2,500 at $53.50, and that was all before the Pick 6 started. The Pick 6, the first race win in the Pick 6, was the 4th race on the card, Cost Containment. Joel Rosario aboard for Chad Brown, paid $9.40. If you remember, I extracted another winner out of Jonathan Hardoon, another pick yesterday. This was the one. He said, okay, I'll give you another one. And he gave us the winner of the first in the Pick 6 sequence, Cost Containment, paying $9.40. Congratulations, Jonathan. I'm glad we got that, extracted that out of you. The featured race was the Susie O'Kane. That was the 5th on the card for 3-year-old fillies on the inner turf course at 1 1/16. Winner there was Awesome Check. Manny Franco aboard, Franco's 2nd win of the day, and paid $9.70 for Horatio DePaz. Finishing 2nd was Brock and Rondi, and 3rd in the race was Money Grab. Then you had a maiden race for 2-year-olds at 5.5 furlongs. The winner there was a first-time starter for Christophe Clement. The winner there was Anascal, Frankie Dettori aboard, paying $5.50. Then we went to the 7th race. We're backed by Gold, Romeo Mirage for Patrick Quick, paid $23. And that kind of, shook out a few live tickets in the Pick 6 with that carryover into yesterday. Jonathan Hardoon's selection finished 2nd in that race. Then the 8th race was won by Destiny Star, who was picked by one of our chat people. We gave it out yesterday. Mr. Guitar 2010 picked Destiny Star at horse 1, paid $11.60 for Tim Harmon and Luis Saez. And in the ninth and final race, the payoff race for the pick 6 yesterday, a final verdict got the final race. Tyler Gaffleon for Edward Barker, paying $12.80. Put it all together, the pick 6 yesterday, with the carryover and the money put into it, each ticket worth $48,327.50 at Saratoga yesterday. All righty. Well, taking a look at, as we said, some of the contenders for the Breeders' Cup, now that one of the top ones, Kings Barnes is out. You have on the Breeders' Cup contenders right now on the contenders list includes Dornoch, Arthur's Ride, Fierceness, Forever Young, Sierra Leone, National Treasure, Senor Buscador, City of Troy, Ushiba Tesora, a Japanese horse. Seize the Gray is still in the picture, Dr. Beckman, and Facteur Cheval, which is an Irish-bred horse, and, of course, Derma Sotagata, the other Japanese horse there. Those are the top contenders for the Breeders' Cup Classic. We have to start looking at all of those Breeders' Cup races now because we're on the march to the Breeders' Cup, which, of course, is the first couple of days of November, the first weekend in November. All righty. Well, we have, as I say, Jonathan Hardoon will be back with us, Rich Eng, Jerry Jake, John Lindo will return. We'll take a look at an update at Del Mar as well, your racing menu, and maybe a few chat conversations as well as we begin this Almost Friday Thursday show. We'll be right back after our first break, which is coming up right next. Don't go away.
From the South Point studio, the perfect blend of sports.
But I think the Niners are going to wear them down. Detroit Pistons lost their 36 games.
Comedy.
See over-under on that relationship lasting. I'm going to put mayo in the coffee.
Yeah.
I am beautiful. And a whole lot of Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Join Ryan McCormick.
That's at least 2 picks outside of our own in the first round next year. Oreo.
And host Frank Nicotero.
I look at the clock, I go, ah! Ah! Oh!
Watch Punchlines live at noon every weekday.
Okay. All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Also want to remind everybody out there that I believe Jerry J had a reverse play that won as well. I'll check and make sure about that. But in any case, 47-40. Isn't that right, Sean? No? Ran third? Third, okay, thank you. Our producer there, Sean's correcting me. Okay, anyway, let's go to the menu of racetracks available today in the Racebook simulcast centers and racetracks around the country. Reminding you, as we always do, the first post times we broadcast here are that of the Pacific time zone. So if you're listening here in Las Vegas, these will be the first post and rolling out in our Racebook here at South Point, right behind me in the studio on the main floor. And of course, if you're in the Pacific time zone, no problem. However, we've got so many outlets, we've got so many platforms, and we go around the world really. So we know we're in a whole bunch of other time zones. If you happen to be in one of those, then adjust from whatever you're in to the Pacific time zone. This way you'll get it right so you won't miss anything for an opportunity to make a bet like I Miss Mom and Dad. Okay, here we go. We begin with Delaware Park. Delaware Park has 9 races today, and their first post time is at 9:30 at Delaware Park. Belterra is next. Belterra Park has 8 races. Their first post time is 9:35 at Belterra. They've got a regular pick 5 carryover today at Belterra Park. $3,107, a regular pick 5, 9:30 first post there. Saratoga. All right, we'll go to Saratoga. What do they say Saratoga is? Well, right now there's nothing on the website that tells us anything except that they're running today. However, I'm sure that Jonathan Hardoon will tell us that. Understand they had a small 10-minute rain that went through Saratoga. We'll wait and see if that means anything for today's racing. 10 races. The feature race today is the Rick Violet. It is the 7th race on the card at 1 mile and 16th on the Mellon Turf Course for 3-year-olds at the moment. Everything is copacetic. Everything is on the turf. So that race will run on the turf. That's the 7th on the card. Right now we have no late scratches. They haven't posted any yet. We'll get that and make sure that we take out the main track onlys if it stays on the turf course. And if it stays on the turf course, the morning line favorite is Russian Realm. Russian Realm, 3-1 on the morning line with Flavian Pratt. All right, first post time at Saratoga for 10 races today. All the flats now. 10 races today. First post time is at 10:10. Colonial Downs has a pick 6 carryover of $7,936. They have 10 races. They're big on turf racing there, 10 races, 2 dirt races, and the other 8 will be on the turf. Colonial Downs' first post time for their 10 race card is set at 10:30. 10:30 at Colonial Downs. Again, a regular pick 6 carryover. Small one today. All right, then we go to Horseshoe, Indianapolis. Horseshoe, Indianapolis has a first post time of 11:10. 10 races. The last 2 races will be quarter horses. The first 8 will be thoroughbreds. And the first post time at Horseshoe, Indianapolis is set at 11:10. 11:10 at Horseshoe, Indianapolis. Okay, Hawthorne Racecourse is next. Hawthorne Racecourse has 9 races today. Their first post time at Hawthorne is at 12:10. 12:10 at Hawthorne Racecourse today. And we move on. Next comes Del Mar. Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. 2 o'clock at Del. You know what? I had, Sean, some listeners ask for that Del Mar song. Do you have that Del Mar song? Let's play that Del Mar song.
Where the turf meets the surf.
Yeah.
Down in old Del Mar. Take a plane, take a train.
Get you feeling good.
Take a car. There's that smile on every face, and a winner in each race. Where the turf meets the surf at Del Mar.
All righty, we needed to get that one in there. Del Mar, 2 o'clock first post today. 8 races, no stakes races on the card. First post time at Del Mar is at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it's going to be fast and firm there. But what will the track bias be? We'll wait and see. We'll ask John Lindo what they've been doing to that racetrack on the couple of days off. We continue with the racing menu. Penn National has a first post time of 7 races at 2:45. They have a super high 5 jackpot carryover at $13,156. First post time Penn Nat is at 2:45. Canterbury Park kicks in with 8 races, 5 thoroughbreds, 3 quarter horse races, and there is the 3 quarter horse races are all stakes races. You got the quarter horse derby, you got the quarter horse futurity for 2-year-olds, and another stakes race for 2-year-olds as well. So the 3 last 3 races at Canterbury Park are quarter horse stakes races. The first 8 are thoroughbreds, and the first post time at Canterbury Park is at 3:10. Evangeline Downs has 8 races, first post time 3:30. Charlestown, with a pick 6 jackpot carryover of $12,958, has 9 races today. Their first post time is also at 4 p.m. And that is your racing menu for today. Let's go to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
You like that Del Mar song? It kind of puts you in a good mood.
You used to last year. You played it every single show. When
I know we did. I know we did. But we're on TV now, so sometimes when it's on the radio.
But time is of the essence. Time. You only have so.
It's one dimension on the radio, but it's 2 dimensions on TV. So maybe we can get her to come in studio and sing that song for us someday, because we know we can't get Bing Crosby.
No. If we do, we're in trouble.
Yes, if we do, yes. If we do, we have made it. We have made it across the Mendoza line, so to speak. In any case, Saratoga yesterday, we pulled out another horse for you, and that was the winner of with Chad Brown and Rosario in the 4th race at 9:40. Anything that we should know happening yesterday at Saratoga that we didn't see in the results?
Well, Romero Marat finally broke his schneid. He was, I think, 0 for 48. So I was so happy to, even though we got beat, at least we got beat by him with that one horse. So he got off the duck, so to speak, and happy for him. He's a good kid. He works hard. He's at the barn every morning working horses, and he finally got that win.
All right. Now, as you know, the powers to be in horse racing are always looking for new angles, new things to get new people involved, and new betting opportunities to get more handle. And so I guess the folks down there at Del Mar have decided to. Yeah, I know. I'll put this out there, and then we'll get John Lindo to explain a little. But the folks at Del Mar have decided to put what they call. I'm going to try to get it now. Where is it at? Oh my goodness! I had the note too here. Maybe it's on my desk.
Triple. What do you want to call it, Ralph?
It's the new bet is called the 3x3 wager. Okay, 3x3 wager. It's a $1 bet. You have to pick 3 trifectas in a row.
In advance.
In advance. Yes, you have to bet. You got to make the plays have to be in. It's like almost the pick 6 where you have to have all 6 races before the first one starts. Here you have to have all 3 trifecta bets before the first one starts. So it's going to be a 6th.
Do you know what race?
6th, 7th,
6th,
7th, and 9th races. I don't think it's going to start today. I'll ask John when it's going to start. And it will not be available to any of the account wagering people or anybody else. We can't do it here in Vegas either. They're only going to start it at the track at Del Mar and the off-track betting centers in California. You have to be at the betting centers to do that. And it's got I believe, a 22% takeout, if I'm not mistaken. John Lindo will fill us in. So what say you?
This has got to be the dumbest bet of all time. It may last, well, since they're not offering it to anyone but if you're at the track or at the OTB in Southern California, it may last a month, maybe. I can't see it possibly lasting. I think it's the stupidest bet I've ever heard of. If they spent all this time thinking of this and they came up with this idea, good luck to them. Not only that, the takeout is 22%. The base bet is $1. You don't realize how expensive that bet is going to be, and good luck trying to hit it.
Well, if you boxed 3 horses in the first trifecta, that is what, $6 bets?
Right.
$6?
Well, it's $1 bet. It's $6, right?
$6 for that equation. And then if you do it in the second, you do 3 in the second equation. Remember now, if you box 3 in the first equation, you'll only have 1 live ticket going into the second trifecta. If it's an exchange like it is with a twin Q. Now I don't know that.
So
maybe
let's say let's say you do it for $5. It's still $30. So it's a $90. It would be the minimum, I guess, if you're going to make 5-3.
All right. So in other words, then there are 3 separate trifecta bets. You don't turn the winners into the second one, to the winners into the third one. It's 3 separate. See,
I don't know.
I don't either.
They didn't even explain it or sell it good. That's why it's so stupid. I mean, at least introduce it to people. Have some sort of experiment or something. You're just going to throw everyone in the deep end of the pool and ask them to figure it out for themselves. It's ridiculous, Ralph. Please.
Well, Jonathan,
it's not even
here's the thing.
Soapbox.
Here's the thing. If you're trying, I want to know what target audience they're trying to get here, because you're not going to introduce this to new players. New players, just start them out with a win or a show bet and get them used to winning. Okay, new players, this'll knock them out right away. They'll get a bad taste right away. And it's not for the big players. The big players are not going to get into this pool, because I don't think the pool is going to be big enough like it is a pick 6, pick 5s, etc. So
especially if it's not offered anywhere but in California and at the track.
Right, exactly.
Majority of the handle is from out of state and certainly not at the track. That's not where majority of the handle comes from.
So now you got this thin customer base that you're working on, people who are not big players, people who are not new players, but guys who say, oh, look, I'll take a shot here or there, whatever. So I don't get what the target market was for this particular bet. I will only give them credit for the fact that they're trying new things, but I just don't. Maybe
if nobody hits it, does it carry over? If nobody hits it,
well, that's it. There's so many things that the information that we don't have, and we'll try to get as much as we can get filled in with John Lindo, who obviously is there at Del Mar and is probably researching this already. But you got to think that it's going to be a play that doesn't really get to too many people unless They're three separate bets, but you got to make them at the same time. I don't know how it's going to work. But anyhow, that's what they threw against the wall. Let's see if it sticks.
It's not sticking.
Well, yeah, I don't think I'll be a participant if that's what we're talking about. Let's take a look quickly.
You can't participate if you wanted to. That's the problem.
Yeah, right. I'm not driving to Del Mar just to participate in this thing either. Trust me when I tell you that. Okay, let's do this. I want to take a look at the Phil Island at Monmouth Park real quick. They have 6 horses in the Phil Island. Coziras breaks from the rail with Jarian Randon for Teresa Pompey. The 2 is Instant Coffee, Katie Davis for Chad Summers. The 3 is Anti-Gravity, Joe Bravo for Dan Ward. The 4 is Ever So Mischievous, Florent Garreau for Brad Cox. The 5 is Il Mercado. I think Il Mercado, was that not a horse that got scratched for what, the Stephen Foster or the Whitney? The Whitney. He got scratched in the Whitney.
The Whitney last week. He was entered last week and he scratched.
All right, so he's going in the Phil Island. Paco Lopez for Antonio Sano. And number 6 is Subsanzador, which is the Argentine horse that scratched at Del Mar, I believe, last week for their stakes race there. So Richard Mandela is now shipping this horse to New Jersey, and Mike Smith will ride Subsanador, which is an interesting dimension. This Phil Island has an interesting dimension to it.
Yeah, it certainly does. Everoso Mischievous, the Brad Cox was certainly the horse to beat in there, Ralph. Full disclosure, I have a connection to Instant Coffee. He's coming off of a layoff, and he's trained exceptionally well for this spot. Katie Davis is going to go down and ride the horse. She's been working him steadily, and he's going to outrun his odds. I don't know if he's good enough to win, but he certainly could hit the board, and he's going to be a big price. But obviously, the Brad Cox horse is the horse to beat in there.
Yeah, no question about that. We went over the Alabama yesterday, so maybe let's take a look quickly at the Del Mar Oaks at Del Mar, which is the other big race for 3-year-old fillies. And in that one, at the Del Mar Oaks, they did get 8 going in that race, which is at a mile and 1/8 on the turf. And number 1 is Ice Cream, You Scream. Ice Cream, You Scream.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
Right, but they couldn't fit that all in, so it's just Ice Cream for You Scream. Hector Barrios riding for Phil D'Amato. The 2 is Circle of Trust. Ray Lou Gutierrez for Phil D'Amato. The 3 is Whiskey Decision. Umberto Rispoli for Armand Delacour. The 4 is Zona Verde at Irish Bred. Juan Hernandez riding for Phil D'Amato. The 5 is Buchu. Martin Garcia is going to ride for Phil Bauer. The 6 is Medoro. Antonio Fresu for Peter Urton. The 7 is Sakura Blossom. Armando Ayuso for Leonard Powell. And the 8 is Sea Dancer. Diego Herrera for Tim Yakteen. Well, it's a turf race, and Phil D'Amato has 3 in the field of 8.
Yeah, and Madura finally snapped her winning streak. She won the first 4 races of her career. The problem is she got beat by Ice Cream, You Scream, who's breaking from the rail. Now has 3 wins under her belt from 3 starts. She stretches out to a mile and 1/8 for the first time, but she ran 6 furlongs in 1. She ran a mile in 1. Now we're going to see if she could carry it a mile and 1/8. It's an interesting race, and we will dig into it, I guess, on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll do that on Saturday. And another race that I wanted just to touch upon, because finally we get a stakes race that has a full field. As a matter of fact, also eligibles in it, and that is the Lake Placid that will also be on Saturday at Saratoga. This is at a mile and 1/16 on the inner turf course for 3-year-old fillies. This is for 3-year-old fillies as well. I guess your dog doesn't like fillies, huh?
I guess I'm dog sitting.
You're dog sitting. Okay. Well, I got a lot of my correspondents that like dog sit. I guess. Okay. In any case, from the rail out, number 1 is Deep Satin, Jose Ortiz, Sherry DeVoe. Number 2 is Gracious with Flavian Pratt for Chad Brown. The 3 is Gala Brand, Jose Lascara for Bill Mott. Why don't we turn Jonathan's good. Turn them off until I get done with the field, okay? Thank you. All right, so Gala Brand, Jose Lascano for Bill Mott is the 3. The 4 is De Regreso, Luis Saez for Antonio Seno. The 5 is Spalade, Frankie Dettori for Chad Brown. The 6 is Les Reyes. This is a French bred. Joel Rosario for Christophe Clement. The 7 is She Feels Pretty, John Velasquez for Sherry DeVoe. The 8 is Ori, Kendrick Camus for Michael Nevin. The 9 is Proctor Street, Tyler Gaffleone for Brendan Walsh. The 10 is Dynamic Pricing, another Irish bred, Irene Ortiz Jr. for Chad Brown. The 11 is Beautiful Love, another Irish bred, Manny Franco for Charles Appleby, and Godolphin. There's the Godolphin horse. And, of course, the also eligibles will be Lemon Muffin, Mama Manama Gold, and Chimera. I guess these will be also eligibles for main track only. If it goes to main track only, they are the 3 in the main track only. Okay, we can turn Jonathan back on now. And like I said, if it stays on the turf, those last 3 will not be in their main track onlys. That's a nice, big, bulky field there, buddy.
It really is. The Sherry DeVoe horse, She Feels Pretty, is really a nice horse. So she's at a 3-year-old filly, and she just never runs a bad race. And DeVoe's having a terrific meet. She has 19 starts at the meet, 4 wins, 5 seconds, and 3/3. So she hits the board almost every time. And again, that's certainly the horse to beat. The race goes through number 7, She Feels Pretty.
All right, now it's time to get some picks, and I'm not going to extract any from you today because you're going to have 2 anyhow. So where are we going? Going to Saratoga first?
Saratoga race 7, a mile and a 16th on the turf. This is the Richard Violet Stakes, and I like the number 8, Elysian Meadows, a 3-year-old from the Bill Mott barn. Junior Alvarado aboard to ride. Back on the grass today where this horse has won and actually ran sneaky good that day. I think this horse is sitting on a big effort. I like number 8, Elysian Meadows, to win today's 7th race out at Saratoga.
All right, 7th race at Saratoga, the Rick Violet Stakes, the winner, let's hope the winner, and the pick is number 8, Elysian Meadows, the 8 in the 7th race. I understand that, and I'm doing this pick, not yours, but I'm doing this pick on behalf of reading your sheet today. You like in the 8th race, the 6 Classic Catch, I believe. Is that correct?
There's only one problem. Classic Catch is scratched.
Oh, okay.
So that was my original radio pick, but we had to pull an audible. Sean's the best with audibles. You just send it right out and boom, he posts.
All right, good. He got the audible. I didn't, but that's okay because I was gonna try to extract a daily double out of you, but that ain't gonna work. So let's go to Del Mar and wrap you up.
Okay, let's go to Del Mar. Look at race number 6, and I like the number 5 horse in here, Battle Cruiser, a 3-year-old colt from the John Sadler barn. Drops in for a tag today. I like the rider switch to J.J. Hernandez. The horse has a race over the track, cuts back in distance today, 4-1 on the morning line. Number 5, Battle Cruiser, wins today's 6th race out at Del Mar.
Let's do it. 6th race, the 5, Battle Cruiser, the 5 and the 6th at Del Mar, Jonathan's selection. And, of course, you can get full sheets for Jonathan, Del Mar, and Saratoga, etc. at your websites.
JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe. Be well.
All right.
We'll
and feed the dog. Bye.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans. Everybody knows where the money's going, every single dollar. God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Hello, I'm Dennis Quaid. For years, Tunnel to Towers has demonstrated a commitment to first responders and military families. They've paid off mortgages and built specially adapted smart homes. Now the foundation is expanding its mission to eradicate veteran homelessness. Please give our veterans a chance to reclaim their dignity by donating at t2t.org.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. a relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. We do get the scratches now. We just got the scratches for Saratoga, so we're okay there. And now we're going to go out to Mr. Rich Yang standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Well, you getting all set and ready to you doing your work for preseason and the football season for NFL, which is right. I mean, we're already in half of the preseason schedule already, aren't we?
Well, it's the second game for most of the teams, except for the two teams that played in the Hall of Fame game. This will be their third game. And you might see a few more starters play a little bit because you got to get a little bit of the rust off before the regular season starts in September. Yeah. There is one game tonight. You got the Eagles at the Patriots. I have no opinion on the game, but you're going to see a lot of the backup quarterbacks again. Jacoby Brissett might play a series or two, and we might see Jalen Hurts, but if not, it'll be the backups.
Well, Jalen Hurts, if he's going to get in, he's going to get in for one series, I would think, and that would be it. In any case, it is preseason, and we are looking at some of the folks that are trying to make the cut and continue on because there'll be two specific cuts that some guys are going to be out of a job and some guys will make the cut. So it is important for them in preseason as well. And we get to watch football because we haven't seen it such a long time. Even that looks exciting to us. That's for sure. Hey, we're going to get to Del Mar now. You have selections for all of the races today at Del Mar, as you do in Southern California, racing each and every racing day. Your selection sheet can be had at the racedaylasvegas.com website. And we're going to get a pick from you right now.
Yeah, before I give a pick, just a quick comment. I heard you guys talking about the triple trifecta.
Oh, please.
Over Del Mar. Yeah. You know, when I was at Turfway Park as the PR director, across the river at River Downs, he had a twin trifecta. And believe me, that twin trifecta was almost impossible to hit. I can't imagine a triple trifecta, so good luck with that.
Well, we know that John Lindo was under the weather yesterday and is going to join us today. And if anything else would put him under the weather, is trying to explain this triple trifecta. But we'll wait and see about that. A pick for today.
Race 6 at Del Mar at 6.5 furlongs, maiden claiming 50. We'll set up a Siraco play because I know that Jonathan gave out the 5 Battle Cruiser. I like the give a shot to the outside horse, the number 10 Bartoldi, 5-1 in the morning line. This horse ran in a 2-turn mile on grass, maiden special weight. Now cuts back to a sprint on the dirt. But this horse has run twice on the dirt, ran third twice. Heck, that might be good enough to upset this group. So let's go with the 10, Bartoldi, in race 6 at Del Mar.
Sixth race, a maiden claiming race. Turn back on the 10 horse, Bartoli. The 10, Bartoli, with Kyle Frey aboard, is the play, the 10 in the sixth race. And, of course, Jonathan came with the 5. So the exact play, the Siraco exact, will be 5, 10, 10, 5. And don't forget, you can get the rest of Richie's picks right now at his website. Hey, thanks a lot, Rich. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right, a quick final break, and then we come back. We got John Lindo back with us. Don't go away.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rockin' dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grand View Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show, every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grand View Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grand View Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby.
The traditional $2 Pick Six at Los Alamitos is always a great bet. And when there's not a Pick Six carryover on Sunday nights, we'll add $10,000 to the Pick Six pool. Every Sunday night, we'll have either a Pick Six carryover or the 10,000 Pick Six promo, leading to gigantic total pools, like the $286,000 pool on May 19th and over $269,000 on June 8th. The traditional $2 Pick Six. A great bet, a great deal. Always at Los Alamitos.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. The chatters are chatting away, and some interesting chats, that's for sure. And we will try to get to them. Possibly, I'll try to get a pick out of there before we leave the show today. But let's go to John Lindo right now, standing by in Southern California. John, first of all, how you feeling, buddy?
Doing okay, Ralph. The wife was happy. I lost my voice for a couple of days, so it was quiet around the house, and just getting back to, summer colds are the worst.
All right, you got it, my man. Glad to see you back. Glad to see you feeling well. Now I'll put you, I'll give you a little heartburn. Now, are you going to try to explain this new triple trifecta bet?
The 3x3, last 3 races every day. You've got to pick all 3 trifectas before the first leg, which would be the 6th race today. 22% takeout. There is a carryover if nobody hits it, but you don't have to play every wager just because it's offered. Yeah. And this is one of those things. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
You got to know what the field sizes are going to be. What happens if you get a late scratch?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of questions to it, and I just think the pools are going to be small just because it's only the racetrack in California simulcast. So if you're betting into an $800 pool, why bother? So, I'll sit and watch it and see what happens. And if it's something that I think turns out to be good for the players, I'll let you know. But, they're going to have to prove it without me.
Yeah, you got first blush. It's the last chapter. What's the use? But we'll wait and see. That's for sure. And the thing about it is, I'm assuming that you have to make all those plays before it's not an exchange thing, right? It's just you put it all in.
Yeah, and I don't even know what the ticket's going to look like or anything like that. So this is and it kind of snuck up on us where nobody really knows, and we haven't been given enough information to make a proper wager.
John, can I ask you this? What particular type of player are they going for with this new bet? I know the big players won't bet it because the pools won't be that big, and the first time new players, new people, you want them to experience the feeling and the excitement of winning. So you're trying to get them to win, to play win and show bets to get them that feeling. You don't want to dump them into this thing. So where's the target market?
In my opinion, it's for the computer assisted wagering guys. They could bully the pool. They've got enough money to do it if the pools are big enough. For the small guy, it takes the money out of the rotation and churn for 3 races. It just doesn't make sense for the regular guy with a small budget to play this bet.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll take a look at it. That's for sure. Ship and winners right now. How's the stat there?
Ship and win horses are 12 for 77 so far at the meet.
Okay. Jock trainer standings?
Juan Hernandez pulled away a little bit in the jock standings. He's got 23 wins. Umberto Rispoli second with 16. Antonio Frisu 13. And Hector Barrios has 11. So Hernandez clear there. John Sadler had another good week last week. He had 3 more wins, so he's got 11 total. Bob Baffert is next with 9, and Phil D'Amato has 8.
Favorites?
Favorites are right around the norm now, 35% for the meet.
And what about the post times? When are they going to adjust those?
Well, tomorrow we go to 3 o'clock on Friday, and then starting next week, the regular post time on Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays will all be 1:30.
Okay, so 1:30 Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday next week, 3 o'clock tomorrow. And, of course, this coming Saturday and Sunday will still be at 2 o'clock, right?
Yes, 2 o'clock post time today, this coming Saturday and Sunday.
All right, John Lindo's Lindo Report for today at Del Mar is available right now in only one place here in Las Vegas, and that is right here at the South Point in the Racebook, free of charge, exclusively complimentary to the horse players because they love horse players here at the South Point Racebook. It's the only place you can get the Lindo report that has selections for all the races, a suggested late pick 4, and, of course, all that goody information he just repeated for us today right here. All right, John, let's get a winner.
Let's go to race number 1, the opener today at Del Mar. Number 3, Lahaina Flavor, comes out of a couple of marathons where he had got no pace to run into. Both of his career wins are at today's 1 mile distance. There is some speed in here. I think he gets a lot better scenario for his late run, and a slight drop in class isn't going to hurt either. So 4-1 on the program. Number 3, Lahaina Flavor, race number 1, Del Mar.
First race post time today is 2 o'clock, and that's where John Lindo's pick comes in that first race, the 3, Lahaina Flavor, the 3 in the first. It starts out the early pick 5, and, of course, get the rest in the Lindo report right here at the South Point. And, John, we're glad to see you're in good shape again, my man, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You got it, Ralph. Good luck today.
All right, you got it. Now we're going to go to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, Ralphie.
Well, all I could say, it was a day where most of the races yesterday at Saratoga were won by not the top-ranking trainers. It was nice to see them get a win, especially Kathleen O'Connell, who got her 25th career win in the third race with the highest-priced winner of the day at $53.50.
Yeah, it was an interesting day. You know, our horse. I read charts, as you know.
Sure.
We've talked about it privately. That reading charts is sort of my entry into horse racing. And reading the chart on our play yesterday, I forget the name of the horse, ran third, but the Chad Brown was. In the first turn, he was stargazing. I never saw that before. It made me laugh. I thought I'd share it with everybody. We had a little trouble. We had some trouble with our horse, but
yeah, Relative. I guess the horse's name was Relative. I guess, and you're right. This horse was in another time zone, certainly another zip code.
Yeah, no, the chart guy. I never heard the guy in the first turn, and he took to stargazing.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. I guess he was.
We'll improve today. We'll improve today. What do you got for today?
Yeah, we got a couple of nice plays. I've changed from the 8th race. We had 2 scratches, although my feature play was in the 8th race. It just, there's not enough there to get involved. But the 7th race, I have a great long shot in BD Saint at 15-1.
Ooh.
Michael Maker, last time out, he was spun real wide into that first turn, lost all chance on the turf. This is the 3rd race in his cycle. He's a young 3-year-old. He really looks to go forward. And they had some pretty good ideas on him as a 2-year-old. In the Pilgrim, he ran a nice even race last year as a 2-year-old. I'd like to give this horse a chance at anything over 10-1. I like the 5 as a win place bet in race number 7.
Okay.
With the 5 over the 2, 4, 6, and 8.
All right. Now here's the deal. Jonathan Hardoon came in the same race, and he had a horse that was in the 8th race, but his horse got scratched. Yours didn't. So here's what I'm going to do. I was suggesting a daily double from him. I'm going to give one out for you as well. But in the 7th race, you like the 5 over 2, 4, 6, and 8. John's horse was the 8, so I got a Siraco plea here. I'm going to box the 5, 8, 8, 5 in the 7th. Again, your pick is the 5 over 2, 4, 6, and Jonathan's 8. And in the 8th race, Jonathan's horse got scratched, but your feature play didn't, although you don't think there's going to be enough on the bone to pick that. But it could be a nice night's double from the 7th race with your 5. Your feature play horse top pick is the 5 in the 8th race. So I'm going to do a double, the 7th to the 8th race, the 5-5 double, okay?
Okay, well, just to disagree slightly, because the horse is 15-1, I would make sure that my win place bet was full before I did anything else.
Yeah, certainly. Okay. Real quick, we got 30 seconds to get Del Mar.
Oh, we've got you another Siraco player. I'm in the first race with Kid Azteca. That's the 1 horse. Peter Miller's on a roll. The horse looks just fine. I'll take the 1 over the 3, 4, 5, do reverses. I'll press up 1, 4, 4, 1.
Okay, so in the first race, you like the 1, Kid Azteca, the 1, and your link-ups are 3, 4, 5 in reverse. Of course, John's horse was the 3, so I got another Siraco play, the exacta box of 1, 3, 3, 1 in the first race at Del Mar. Interesting selections today from our handicappers, and we got a couple of Siraco plays going here and a couple of other plays as well. In the 6th race at Del Mar with Richie taking the 10 horse, we got a Siraco player with the Jonathan Hardoon's horse of 5, 10, 10, 5 in the 6th as well. So anyhow, let's see if we can get some money today, that's for sure. We'll be back tomorrow on our Friday show. Today was almost Friday, but tomorrow's Friday's show. And so one more thing to say. Jerry's going to say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.